Ahead, maybe retail isn't doing that great. And flower power, a bit later in the show. Welcome to 3 Times Square this Wednesday from Reuters World Headquarters in New York. Strong July retail sales yesterday providing hope that U.S. consumers are back, but that argument getting muddled today. Our daily digit, 0%, as in no gain. Target reporting a quarterly profit flat with the same 3 months a year ago, though it did raise its guidance for the year. Strong food sales and sales from discounts to loyal cardholders helping results. Staples missed its profit forecast and cut its guidance. The office supply chain experiencing weakness in Europe, but also in the U.S., while apparel company Abercrombie & Fitch beat lowered expectations and said same-store sales appear to be stabilizing. Checking the shares right now. Target up about 1.5%. Staples down 16% there, and Abercrombie & Fitch up just under 8%. George Soros liking retail, at least the world's largest retailer. Regulatory filings indicate Soros Funds Management opened a position in Walmart in the second quarter, buying nearly 5 million shares. Soros also bought into Facebook, which is trading near its low, below $20. Warren Buffett, meanwhile, adding in energy and banking, his Berkshire Hathaway buying ConocoPhillips spinoff Phillips 66, the firm also beefing up its stake in Wells Fargo. The UK's Standard Chartered working on deals with U.S. regulators over charges it hid banned Iranian transactions. Our Axel Threlfall joins us from London. Axel, 1 down, 1 to go, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it. Apparently it's all about removing lingering uncertainty, about drawing a line under this whole episode. After very quickly agreeing to pay $340 million to New York's financial regulator, the bank, Standard Chartered, now pursuing a collective settlement, apparently, with other U.S. authorities. Remember, the bank is still subject to probes by the U.S. Treasury, the Fed, and the Justice Department. The big question, will it draw a line under this when all of this comes through? Clearly, the bank's reputation has taken a lasting hit. Shareholders, though, seem to like what's been agreed. The stock right now up almost 5%, so it's been doing pretty well since this was announced. A number of people say that reflects a relief that this is being dealt with and not drawn out any longer or for too much longer. The question is how long that relief is going to last, Lisa.
All right, Axel. The Spanish government would also like to reach a deal with the subject of our next story. This sounds pretty unusual. Fill us in.
Yeah, this is a fascinating story, quite a quirky little story. The mayor of a tiny Spanish town in Andalusia in the mountains in the south has become somewhat of a cult hero after staging robberies at supermarkets and handing out the stolen groceries to the poor. Very, very Robin Hood. Apparently, 7 people have already been arrested for taking part in these robberies, but the mayor, his name is Sanchez Gordillo, he stood outside while the robberies were taking place. He hasn't been arrested, at least not yet. As an elected member of parliament, he has immunity, but he said he's happy to renounce that and be arrested. So strong, Lisa, is the feeling that his people are being robbed as Spain tackles the ever-worsening crisis. Amazing what lengths some people go to.
Wow, interesting. Okay, Axel, thank you so much from London. A different kind of theft alleged by Lululemon. The yoga apparel company suing Calvin Klein parent PVH and G3 Apparel Group. It claims they infringed 3 pant patents. Lululemon seeking damages and costs. Shares looking like a downward-facing dog this year, as we can see. In other apparel news, our power player of the day swaps his Speedo for showbiz. Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte locking up his first acting role with a part in the TV series 90210. He'll start small, playing himself, and meet up with characters Naomi and Max at a resort where they try to rekindle their romance. Speaking of romance, the 28-year-old says he'd love to star on The Bachelor, as well as Dancing with the Stars. He's even moving from Florida to LA, where acting-wise, he'll certainly be in the swim of things. Ever feel like everything's coming up roses? No? Well, how about begonias? 700,000 begonias were placed by hand into a giant flower carpet in Brussels' Grand Place, or Main Square, all to promote Belgium's famous bloom. It took just 4 hours to blossom to completion, with plenty of bark, sand, and soil tossed in too. The theme actually jumped continents, celebrating the colors of Africa. The carpet is on display for 5 days, with a few dahlias thrown in for good measure. That's the latest from 3 Times Square this Wednesday. You can follow us on Twitter at Reuters Insider and check out our Reuters YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Lisa Bernhard. This is Reuters.